So I'm not seeing any updates on this. This is a rather old story in the grand scheme of things, but I did find it relatively interesting. There's a Canadian in my chat who claims to be angry. And so he sent me this in the Discord channel. And this is the title. Canada's envoy, New York City, called to testify about $9 million condo purchase in Billionaires Row, which is crazy. I don't know why the Canadian government would be spending $9 million on a condo anywhere. But let's read this article and see if there's more info that we can learn about this. Canada's Consul General in New York City will have to explain the government's decision to buy a $9 million condo in Manhattan's famous Billionaires Row to a parliamentary committee. Tom Clark, the deputy minister of Foreign Affairs, as well as other departmental officials, have been summoned to the Standing Committee on Government Operations and Estimates to justify the government's purchase of a new unit just south of Central Park. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joy will also be called if the committee deems it necessary. In tabling the motion to Clark and other government officials, Conservative MP Kelly Block called the purchase of the condo disturbing but not surprising. How is that not surprising? It's like, oh, our federal government just buys 9 million condos every once in a while. Maybe 2 or 3 times every blue moon. No big deal. Okay, maybe no big deal. It's a medium deal. It is slightly disturbing, but hey, it's not surprising. This is just what we do. I mean, like, that's crazy. Later adding, we have seen the complete lack of spending controls on major procurements with the Liberal government. True. Bro, I hope Pierre Poilievre or whatever his name is wins. Last week, Global Affairs Canada confirmed the department had purchased a unit in the Steinway Tower located at 111 West 57th Street. The condo will be used for networking receptions, official briefings, and hospitality events, such as discussions with business and political leaders, wrote GAC spokesperson Jean-Pierre Godbout in an email. I mean, there are venues you can rent out to do that. I feel like this is sort of like a cover story. This is not actually what this is for. I don't know what it's for, but I don't think it's for that. Maybe it's for a rendezvous point for individuals. But I don't think this is going to be for briefings and hospitality events. Usually people will rent out these extremely expensive areas in what are they called? Like conference centers or whatever. Or special conference rooms in hotels to do events in. I actually once attended something like that in person before. Kind of nice. And that's what those areas are for. If you were ever like walking in a hotel and you see a door and it's just like this big open room, you're like, oh, what's that for? It's usually for things like this. You don't need to just spend $9 million. That's not cost effective. But is Canada cost effective? No. We agree that $9 million for a New York condo for the Consul General needs to be examined, said Bloc Québécois MP Julie Vignola, supporting Bloc's motion. $9 million is 9 lifetimes of work for the average person, Vignola told the committee. The committee is also asking that the government provide a third-party assessment of the Manhattan property if available. The motion also stipulates the department must provide a list of all properties, including addresses and listing prices, that have been viewed or considered for purchase for the Consulate General's official residence in New York. The statement from GAC pointed out the current residence for the Consul General, located at 550 Park Avenue in Manhattan's Upper East Side neighborhood, was last renovated in 1982 and does not meet new building codes nor standards of the department. What? Bro, they put a $9 million fixer-upper. Why? Why? That doesn't make any sense. Citing significant investments needed to modernize the property, the department recommended the relocation to a newer, smaller, more suitable, and more economical apartment. Godbout told CTV News. Godbout said the move could save taxpayers more than $2 million and reduce ongoing maintenance and property taxes. But that's still going to cost money. You're talking about moving. You bought a $9 million condo. Now you're talking about buying another property and moving everything over there. This is ridiculous. Don't buy another condo. Rent out a conference center, a conference room. Don't do this. It's ridiculous. Let's see here. According to a listing on the real estate website StreetEasy, the new unit is a 3,600 square foot residence boasting 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and stunning powder room, finished in jewel onyx. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I see how the government needs that. They need that jewel onyx, man. Despite the criticism and expense of having a Manhattan residence, former diplomat and current Senator Pete Boehm said it's an important place for Canada to promote its culture and trade. Oh, well, however, could Canada promote its culture and trade if they don't buy a $9 million condo in Manhattan? Oh, if you want to play in the big leagues, you have to pay to some degree, Boehm said, told CTV News in an interview. Oh, my goodness. Boehm admits the numbers may seem high. They might. But adds that he has seen a number of other countries' missions in his travels and believes Canada's is up to par. Canadian heads of mission, so ambassadors or consuls general, are housed very well and generally in the middle of the pack. So not so lavish and also not so shabby, but pretty much where we are as a country, said Boehm. Okay, I will give him that a lot of government officials internationally, among first world nations especially, live in some swanky digs. But they were paid for by the government. They use the revenues that they made and the connections that they have to buy stuff themselves, right? They take donations from donors. They take money for speaking engagements. They take in their normal salary. All those things, they make a whole lot of money doing that. So they don't need to use the state's money to buy a condo. Right? Canada should not be spending $9 million on a condo for their politicians. It's crazy. But of course, are these people going to be held accountable for this? No, because the system is just has just done a terrible job at holding them all accountable. The only person there even asking the right questions is Pierre Poilievre, and not even know if he will have the power to make the changes necessary to reform the government in a way that will require more transparency and accountability for all the people who are holding these political offices and abusing them in the country of Canada. I'll need to have the angry Canadian on my YouTube channel to talk more about that, because he could probably speak more to how the political system works in Canada than I can. And, you know, if he hasn't done a video about this, he should have. I hope that he does. I'd love to react to it. But this is just terrible. This is awful. Bro, Canada's in shambles. They need somebody to help them fast.